Hello students, welcome back to chemistry class. So in the last class we discussed about the discovery of electrons by J.J. Thomson, and also we studied about the determination of charge to mass ratio of electron by J.J. Thomson, and also we discussed about the charge of an electron by R.A. Millikan, and by combining these two we determine the mass of an electron. Okay. So today let us discuss about the discovery of protons and neutrons. Okay. So after the discovery of electrons, so electrons discover mad agidmele another scientist E. Goldstein, another scientist E. Goldstein conducted an experiment by taking the discharge tube. So ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ರೇಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ರೇ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಮಾಡಿಫೈಡ್. ಸೊ 2 ಮಾಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ರೇ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಮಾಡಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Cathode ray discharge tube experimentally, so we know that we have taken the perforated anode. So cathode irutte, anode irutte. So in the glass tube, that is called as discharge tube. 2 metal plates na ನಾವು seal ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. One is cathode, another one is anode. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯನೋಡನ್ನು ಪರ್ಫೋರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದ ಆ್ಯನೋಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬನ್ನು ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡಿಂದ ಕೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಪಂಪ್. ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಪಂಪನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಯೂಮ್ ಇರೋವಷ್ಟು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 10 to the power -3 millimeter ಆಫ್ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ ಇನ್ ದ cathode ray discharge tube experiment. So almost near to the vacuum. So vacuum ಗೆ ಹತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. But Goldstein modified that cathode ray discharge tube experiment. So what are those modifications? 2 modification ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. The first one is he taken perforated cathode. So instead of anode, he taken the perforated cathode. Cathode alli perforation ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, and he taken the pressure of about 10 to the power -1 millimeter of mercury, and voltage is same as that of the cathode ray discharge tube experiment. It is of about 10,000 volts. Okay, so pressure is slightly higher than that of the cathode ray discharge tube experiment. So therefore he taken the perforated cathode. Okay, so and the anode. So these cathode and anode are enclosed in a discharge tube, that is in glass tube. So with the help of the vacuum pump, so he evacuated the glass tube. So these electrodes are connected to the high voltage battery. The voltage is of about 10,000 volts. So when electric current or electrical discharge is passed through the gas, it taken in gases in the discharge tube at a pressure of 10 to the power -1 millimeter of mercury. So when he passed the electrical discharge, so he observed that an electrical spark is produced on the screen, that is the zinc sulfide screen, so which is present behind the cathode. This is cathode and anode. ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ರೇ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ hitting on the surface of this zinc sulfide. So therefore he observed that certain type of the particles are coming from the anode and they are moving towards the cathode, and they hits on the surface of the zinc sulfide. So thus we are getting the electrical spark on the zinc sulfide. So therefore these particles are named as anode rays, similar to that of the cathode rays. So these particles are called as anode rays. So the particles are moving in this direction and it's on the zinc sulfide screen. These are also called as canal rays. These are also called as what? Canal rays. Anode rays ಅಥವಾ canal rays ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾನೆ. Okay. So then he conducted the number of experiments to confirm these anode rays or the canal rays. So when he conducted the number of experiment, he observed that these anode rays are different from that of the cathode rays. So cathode rays alli enagutte, cathode rays are originated from the cathode. So cathode inda originate agi anode kadege move aagta ittu. But he observed that these anode rays are not obtained from the anode. So the anode inda originate aagta illa. So therefore actually these are not the anode rays. So then he observed that these particles are obtained from the gaseous atoms which are present in the discharge tube. So therefore he observed that these particles are nothing but the positively charged particles. So therefore these are nothing but the positively charged particles anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. So from this experiment he observed some points, that is some observations. So what are those observations made by this experiment? That is experiment conducted by the Goldstein. So first he observed that these particles are not coming from the anode. Therefore these are not the anode rays. But these particles are moving towards the cathode. We know that cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Therefore cathode carries negative charge. Particles are moving towards the cathode means these particles carries the positive charge. So these are the positively charged particles anta gottagatte. So agada positively charged particles anode inda form aita, originate aita check ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it is failed. So actually these are not originated from the anode. So agada positive particles ellinda barta ide? So then he thought that when we have taken the discharge tube, in the discharge tube he taken a smaller pressure, that is of about 10 to the power of minus 1 millimeter of mercury. So thus discharge tube contains some gaseous atoms. So when it is connected to the cathode and anode, cathode in the negatively charged particles already ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. So when these negatively charged particles are in contact with this gaseous atom, gaseous atom ಜೊತೆ bombard ಆದಾಗ that ionizes this gaseous atom. ಆ gaseous atomನ ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅಯೋನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡ್. They are moving towards the cathode. So therefore he thought that positively charged particles are nothing but the positively charged gaseous atoms, the gaseous ions. So positively charged gaseous ions. So gaseous atom alli electron hogidmele aa atom ge positive charge bandide. So positively charged on the gaseous ions, these are moving towards the anode. So therefore these are also called as positively charged particle. Clear? So therefore the canal rays or the anode rays are the positively charged gaseous ions. Okay. The first observation, they observed that these particles carries positive charge. And these particles are nothing but positively charged gaseous ion. Positively charged gaseous ions. So when he observed these particles depends upon the nature of the gas taken in the discharge tube. So they conducted the experiment by taking the different gases in the discharge tube. And he observed that by taking the different gases, he got different types of the particles. So therefore, they conclude that So these positively charged particles depends upon the nature of, so nature of gas taken in the discharge tube, taken in the discharge tube. Okay, and they also calculated charge to mass ratio of these particles. So we know that for electrons or for the cathode rays, when we have calculated charge to mass ratio by taking the different gases, we get the same value. That means charge to mass ratio of the cathode rays are same for all the gases. But similarly, if we calculated for these canal rays or for the positively charged particle, we get the different values. So therefore, charge to mass ratio, third point ali. So charge to mass ratio of these positively charged particles also depends upon the nature of, so nature of gas taken in the discharge tube. Nature of the gas taken in the discharge tube. Okay. So then, so when they taken the different types of gases in the discharge tube, you got the different positively charged particles. So among them, some of the positively charged particle carries multiple of the fundamental unit of electrical charge. So fundamental unit of electrical charge anta helidre, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So this value is called as fundamental unit of electrical charge. Okay. So ಈಗ negatively charged particle ಇದ್ರೆ -1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Positively charged particle ಇದ್ರೆ, so for one positive charge, its value is plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Okay. So some of the positively charged particles which are obtained from the different gases carries multiple of fundamental unit of electrical charge. So that means some of the particles carries 2 positive charge. That means its charge is multiplied by 2. The fundamental unit of electrical charge is multiplied by 2 times of the fundamental unit. So similarly, some of the particles carries 3 positive charge. That means by taking the different gases, we are getting the different type of the positively charged particles. So then, similar to that of the cathode rays, so these canal rays are positively charged particles are also deflected in the presence of electrical and the magnetic field. So when we apply the electrical and magnetic field to these particles, so in the presence of electrical and magnetic field, so these particles are also deflected. So but that behavior is opposite to that of the cathode rays. So we know that for the cathode rays, if we are applying the electrical field, these cathode rays are deflected towards the positive plate. But these positively charged particles or the canal rays are deflected towards the negative plate of the electrical field. So therefore, this particle carries the positive charge. Clear? So these are the observations, so which is obtained from this experiment. Okay. So when Goldstein also conducted the experiment by taking hydrogen gas in the discharge tube. So because we know that hydrogen is the lightest element of known elements. Ella gottiro elements alli tumba lightest element andre that is hydrogen. So therefore, it taken hydrogen gas in the discharge tube. So from that hydrogen gas, so if we have hydrogen atom, so after the ionization, that means after removing one electron from the hydrogen atom, so we are getting the positively charged particle. So that positively charged particle is H plus. So which carries the unit of fundamental charge. So only one positive charge. So it is the smallest and the lightest particle. Clear? So therefore, when we calculate the charge to mass ratio for this positively charged ion, so that value is high. So because the mass of that particle is smaller. So smaller the mass, charge to mass ratio is high. So and that particle obtained is then called as proton. Then it is called as proton. So therefore H plus ion. So we know that. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ 1 ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. therefore H plus ion is called as proton. Clear? So then Goldstein tried to calculate the mass of that proton and charge. And that proton carries an unit fundamental unit of electrical charge, and which is positively charged. So therefore the charge of that proton is plus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. That is a fundamental charge. One positive charge andre it is multiplied by 1. And when he calculated the mass of that proton, that mass of proton is 1.67262 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. 10 to the power minus 27 kg. So if it is taken in gram, it becomes 10 to the power minus 24 grams agate. That is the mass of proton. So when this mass of the proton is compared with electron, we know that the mass of electron is 9.109 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So when we compare, so the mass of electron is very, very smaller. It is very, very smaller compared to that of the proton. So therefore the mass of electron is neglected, and that mass of proton is 1837 times more than that of the electron. So mass of electron and mass of proton compare madadre, mass of proton is 1837 times more than that of the electron. It is heavier than that of the electron. So therefore mass of electron is neglected compared with that of the proton. Okay, so this is about the discovery of the protons. Okay, so after the discovery of proton, another scientist James Chadwick, another scientist James Chadwick, so discovered the neutron. So in his experiment, that is alpha ray is bombarded to the beryllium metal. So when he bombarded the beryllium metal with the alpha particle, so he found that certain type of the particles are coming out of the beryllium metal. So but these particles, so which are obtained after the bombardment of the alpha particles, so these particles are not deflected in the presence of electrical and the magnetic field. So and those particles are having the mass slightly more than that of the protons. So when they are not deflected, so that means they carries no charge. So therefore they named those particles as neutrons. Those particles are named as neutrons. The mass of those particles is heavier than, is slightly more than that of the protons. So that leads to the discovery of the neutrons. So thus the atom consists of 3 types of fundamental particles. So 3 types of fundamental particles, so they are called as subatomic particles. So those subatomic particles are electrons, then proton and neutrons. Therefore after the discovery of these, so then the scientists came to conclusion that so atoms can also be further divided into electrons, protons and the neutrons. So now compare the mass and charge of these 3 fundamental particles. Okay, first consider electron. So we know that the electron carries negative charge and its charge is minus 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Okay. So then proton, so its charge is plus 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. The charges are same but opposite sign. Then neutrons. So neutrons are having zero charge. They are neutral. So then the mass. So when we compare the charges, 1.6022 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs is taken as an fundamental unit. So therefore it is taken as unit charge anta heltivi. Therefore, so in general electrons carries unit negative charge. So minus 1 anta represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So which carries unit negative charge. So unit negative charge andre so 1 fundamental unit of electrical charge irutte anta. So similarly for proton which carries so unit positive charge. So plus 1. The charge of electron is minus 1, charge of proton is plus 1. So that 1 indicates that so 1 fundamental unit of electrical charge. Therefore unit negative charge, unit positive charge for the protons. Okay. Then mass. So we know that the mass of electron is 9.109 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. So then the mass of proton. So mass of proton is 1.67262 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Then mass of neutron. So mass of neutron is, so it is slightly more than that of the proton. So therefore it is 1.6. So 1.67 vargu same value irutte. So then it is having 493 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. So the masses of electron, proton and neutrons in kg. So if this mass is converted into AMU, atomic mass unit convert madare, so these values are divided by 1 AMU. So we know that 1 AMU is equal to 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. So when this value, that is 9.109 into 10 power minus 31 divided by 1.66056 into 10 power minus 27 kg. So divide madare, the value obtained is about 0.00005. 0.00054 atomic mass unit. 0.00054 atomic mass unit, that is U. So similarly if we calculated for proton 1.67262 ಇದೆ. So this value is almost same 1.66056 ಇದೆ. So therefore the value obtained is 1.00727 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 727 U, that is unified mass. This is for proton. So similarly if we calculated for neutron, this value is divided by 1 AMU, then you get 1.00, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that is 867 unified mass. So now compare the masses of these three subatomic particles. For electron it is 0.005 and this is 1 and this is 1. So when it is approximated, so this value is taken as unit mass, that is it is taken as 1. So 1 atomic mass unit. 00867 is neglected and its value is taken as 1. So unit mass. And it is 0.005, therefore its mass is neglected and it is taken as 0. Therefore, compared to that of the protons and neutrons, the mass of electron is negligible and its mass is taken as 0. So, based upon that charge and mass, so these electrons, protons and neutrons are represented as. So, electron, the symbol is E and its charge is -1, unit negative charge, and its mass is 0. So, charge and mass. So, proton, unit positive charge and its mass is unit mass. For neutron, 0 charge and mass is 1. So, this is the symbolic representation of electron, proton and neutron. So, thus the electron carries unit negative charge and 0 mass. Protons carries unit positive charge and unit mass. Neutrons carries 0 charge and unit mass. So, therefore, from this we can conclude that the mass of atom is mainly due to protons and neutrons, not by the electrons. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಟಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ that mass is mainly due to the protons and the neutrons. Okay, and we know that mass number ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಮಾಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆಸ್ 0. So therefore, so this is the representation of electron, proton and neutron. Clear? So after the discovery of these electron, proton and neutron, so then the question arises how these particles are present in the atom. So ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಆಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ಸ್, ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಟಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಆಟಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಜೆ ಥಾಮ್ಸನ್ tried. Okay, so first he gave the model for the atom. Clear? Okay, next class alli, so we discuss about the different atomic models. So first J.J. Thomson ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದಾಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ರುದರ್ಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಟಮಿಕ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Clear? So next class alli we discuss about the different atomic models. Okay, thank you all.